are live. Welcome back to another edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. My name is Nicholas Earle. I'm joined here as always with my brother Tim, and today is NFL Sunday. We get a full slate of NFL. Should be a fun little football slate here. Week 16. Wow, we have 3 weeks left, Tim, of this NFL season, and I keep getting notifications from Facebook. Let me turn down my ringer. There we go. But it should be a interesting slate. But before we get into today's games, before we get into today's action, we're going to take a look back at what happened yesterday. And I guess the day before, as the 23rd as well, because we haven't had a show since the 23rd. On the 23rd, I went 4-1. Cashed on the over between Hawaii and South Florida. But we did not get the BYU Cougars at -5. I cashed on Miami of Ohio Redhawks -130. And the Tennessee Titans +4 and +162. Both those cash on that one. Yesterday, we went 3-0 in college basketball. Winners on Wyoming. The over in Wyoming, and then the Wyoming -7.5 against USF. And we also cashed on BYU and Liberty over the 132. Did not cash on Ball State +4. They got absolutely demolished. I went 2-2 in the NBA. I went 2-2 in the NBA. Atlanta +6 did not get the job done. Neither did Utah, but Boston +7 and the Brooklyn Nets both get the job done there. I went 1-2 in the NFL yesterday. One of them was a half-unit loss. I had the Cleveland Browns +7.5, which cashed. I took a half-unit sprinkle on that +310 money line with the Browns, and if only they called that at least holding or defensive pass interference on that last play with the interception. That was just a clear and obvious missed call, which could have led down to a potential game-winning field goal, which would have been a really nice +310 cash. But anyway, and then the Arizona Cardinals lost to the Colts and the refs last night. I think I counted like 4 or 5 missed holding calls. No, it was pretty bad last night, especially the way that second string O-line for Indianapolis kept holding Chandler Jones. It was clear and obvious on felt like almost every other play. But overall, yesterday went 6-5, up 1.02 units. So far now in December, the last 2 days in December, I've been up around 3.68 units. I'm now 302, 301, 311, and 8, down 23.24 units after my really bad week from the 14th to the 22nd. Finally getting things a little bit back on track here with these lighter slates, and hopefully we'll have a good NFL slate today.
Yeah. I will say it was a nice little bounce back day for me and the site. On the site, we went 8-2. Only losers being the Suns -6 and that Ball State game. Went 3-0 in the college basketball, as Nick mentioned. And NBA, for me at least, went 4-1. Had the under in the next game. Had the Boston Celtics +7.5. Had the Suns, which was my only loser. Fading the Lakers is a full-time job. I had the Nets. That cashed. Almost didn't. That was scary at the end for whatever reason. And then that Dallas Mavericks game went way over the total. So that was a nice 4-1 day. We also did have the Bears up on the site. And the Arizona Cardinals would have won if they could have actually kicked a field goal. So
yeah, that was pretty
brutal. Holding calls that they missed, but ding, doink, ding, doink. Yeah, no, you're not gonna win games if you miss 4 field goals. That's just not gonna happen. So you can blame the refs all you want. At the end of the day, those field goals clearly missed. So hey, and that was what, 10 points of difference. That was the difference between them winning and losing. So there you go. Or 7 points, 9 points, whatever it was. It was the difference. So I cashed nicely on the Colts. So I was happy about it. But really good day and ready for another nice NFL day. We're only going to go over the NFL slate just to get through because we are heading to Maryland today for the
Military
Bowl tomorrow. But we want to get into town early and do all that stuff. So after the show, we're going to be leaving. So we're just going to be going over the NFL slate. All of my NBA plays will be on the scroller in a little bit. when we start going over the game. So if you guys are interested in the NBA stuff, they'll be in the Scholar. So there you go. Let's do it, Nick.
But we'll take a look at the chat, and then we'll get into the NFL slate.
John says Cavs run line or money line spread and Memphis spread. Personally, I did not get to that Cavs game. At an 8.5, there's just way too many COVID stuff on the Cleveland side and on that Toronto side for me to look at an 8.5 point spread. Personally, I stayed off that game. Memphis run line, I don't mind that. I'm just going to be on the over for this game. I think that there's going to be a lot of points going on. Rams, we'll go over that game in a minute. Panthers, we'll go over that one. Steelers, we'll go over all the NFL stuff in just a minute. Morning, bros. Let's make some cash today. Everyone like and subscribe. Dang right. We are live. Yes, we are, Turnsy. Yes, we are. Hey, Dad. How you doing? Nice to see you. Nuggets minus 3.5. I'm already on it. 3.5. You got a good line. I think I got 4.5. But hey, they're gonna win today. Let's do this.
Yeah, but let's kick it on off here in the NFL. It's an interesting one here. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are at the Carolina Panthers here. The Buccaneers are 10.5 point favorites in this game. We have a total of 44. We have Tampa Bay coming into this game 10-4. They're 7-7 against the spread. They're 7-7 over under. They're 4-3 away from home though. The Carolina Panthers, they're 5-9 this year. They're 5-9 against the spread. They are 7-7 over under, and they're 2-5 at home this year. Are you looking at making a play in this game at all?
If I had to, it's a look towards the under. This Carolina offense cannot get anything done. They've just been struggling. They start off the year 3-0, and since then they are 2-9. So this is not a good Carolina team. Tampa Bay knows. I think they can clinch a playoff spot with a win today. I believe that's the case. So they know they go in, they win, they're good to go, and they're still in the race to try to get that 1 seed. I could expect a 30-3 type game today between these two sides. I do not see Carolina putting up much of a fight at all. Keep in mind, Mike Evans will be out for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers today, so that's going to be a little bit of a hurt for them. But he should have a couple of his weapons back, and I do not see this Tampa Bay team getting held back to 0 points again like they did last week. This is a spot that the bounce back, get right, whatever you want to call it, against a bad Carolina team. It would be a lean towards the under, lean towards Tampa Bay minus the points, but I did not get to either side.
Yeah, looking at the spot here, we do have Tampa Bay, who is going to be coming in with plenty of injuries themselves. You said no Mike Evans. There's more to that, though. There's no Leonard Fournette, and there's no Chris Godwin. Antonio Brown is available today. He's going to be coming off, so they get one weapon back there. And on the other side here, we are potentially seeing Sam Darnold back for the Carolina Panthers. If they can confirm that he's starting today, it says Darnold has been activated from the injured reserve / designated for return list, and he's likely to face the Buccaneers on Sunday. If they can confirm that Sam Darnold will be behind center and not Cam Newton, I want this Carolina Panthers team at plus 10.5, to be completely honest, because I think that this is also, I like the under in this game a little bit. Here's the problem with the under in this game, though. It opened at 47.5, my bad. Now that it's at 44, I don't really want this total being that much lower than it was when it opened. So for me, this is a dog or pass spot now at this point in the game, especially with potentially Sam Darnold playing, which I really like Sam Darnold over Cam Newton. I don't think that's saying too much there. So I would have to go Carolina in this spot if I had to pick a side in this one. I don't think I'm going to, and I'm not saying straight up upset here at all. I'm not saying take plus 420 with the Carolina Panthers. I don't think they win this game. Absolutely not. But I think this is a spot where backdoor cover is definitely a possibility in this game. And I think that the Carolina Panthers can at least keep it close if it's Sam Darnold.
That's fair. No, that's 100% fair. Head back to the chat. Antonio Brown, anytime touchdown.
Well, yeah, who the hell are they going to throw to?
Antonio Brown is back. who loves Brady loves. And Rojo has his job taken from Fournette. I think they will both have good games. It's Bucks first half. That's fair. That's fair.
But Bucks first half could be a decent look. There's 6.5 in the first half. I can see them being up a touchdown, but I can see Carolina coming back in the second half and backdoor covering.
Yeah,
I didn't bet it though. I didn't bet it.
We'll go ahead and keep rolling through these games.
Yeah, we'll look at the New York Giants. They're at the Philadelphia Eagles here. The Eagles are 11-point home favorites now, total of 40.5 here. And looking at this spot, let me get this game up on covers. We have the Giants coming into this game. They're 4-10. They're 6-8 against the spread this year. They're 4-9-1 over under. They're 1-6 away from MetLife Stadium. We have Philadelphia, who's 7-7 this year, 7-6-1. They're 8-6 again over under. They're 2-4 at home though this year. What's your thoughts on this game?
Yeah, this one's kind of gross. I like the under. And that's strictly because of the Giants. The Giants have the third worst offense in the league. This is just not a team that I'm willing to go out and try to back, especially against a Philadelphia team that, I mean, Philly's not terrible, but they're not that good of a team either. But the Giants are averaging about 17 points a game, which is not good. The only teams averaging worse, Houston and Jacksonville. So this is a spot where, yeah, it's a divisional matchup past week 10, and I love doing unders in these games, but with a bunch of just different stuff because Daniel Jones is still not back for him. Tony's out, and they're just a bunch of spots. This Giants team is like pretty much beat up, so I'm not going to go and back the Giants right now. This is a fade of the Giants offense. I'm going to go under the total of 40.5. I could definitely see. I'm all right if Philly goes and scores 24 points, 27 points, 30 points. I don't think the Giants score more than 10. So I'm going to go under in this game.
Yeah, we have a few questionable things here that you kind of need to pay attention to where these inactives are going to go for the New York Giants here. Andrew Thomas, offensive tackle, Kadarius Toney, Kyle Rudolph, and Saquon Barkley are all questionable for this game. And one thing that I did just read up on that kind of makes me like the Giants a little bit here is it's going to be Jake Fromm starting at quarterback. It's not going to be Mike Glennon. I think Fromm is an improvement over Mike Glennon, but Mike Glennon is not a talented quarterback whatsoever. So I think that they'll be able to score some points because we saw the couple drives that Jake Fromm was in. He was able to drive the team down the field. He did that again at the end of the game against Cowboys. I know you're just shaking your head. I'm just saying. I think that Jake Fromm is an improvement over Mike Glennon, but it doesn't take much to improve over Mike Glennon. For me, it's a lean towards the Giants at plus 11 here. But personally, I got the under 42. I got this earlier in the week, about 1.5 higher. I think this is a lower scoring game like we saw a few weeks ago with these two teams. It's a divisional matchup. I think 11 points is too much in this game, to be completely honest. I kind of want to take some ugly dogs here, some plus 11s with both Carolina and New York to start the slate, kind of like what I did last week with all those ugly dogs of Detroit and New Orleans, and the Giants were part of that as well. And I already have the Giants bet for next week at plus 4 against Chicago. So there's your little tidbit for week 17. But I think this is too many points for the Giants. And now knowing that Jake Fromm is going to be starting, I want to add them to my card here. And I'm going to look up the Sam Darnold situation. If they say he's starting, I'm going to jump on the Panthers as well at plus 11. But give me the New York Giants here, plus 11 here against these Philadelphia Eagles, and then give me the under. I have under 42. It's now at 40.5, but I bet 42 earlier in the week. So I like the Giants, and I like the Giants under in this spot here.
All right, that's fair. Morning, guys. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, Brian. Welcome. Bucks first half solo over 13.5. That's fine. Personally, I think if you go and spam an under on every single game, that you're going to end up cashing a lot. But I personally just put together a teaser for every single game to go under today, and I teased at like 6 points, $5 to win 250. I think it can happen.
Like that at all.
Giants run line Yeah, I don't mind that.
Yeah, I don't mind it.
I mean, that would if the Giants cover, that could mean that only means one thing. The game went way under, so that's all
The
I
game
care
went
about.
way under because I still don't think the Giants score more than 17 today.
Giants tease from to 17. Yeah, honestly, taking the Giants only makes it where the under hit. That's the only way I see it. You just hammer that. Fromm was a stud in college. Okay, God.
Keep in mind, no, back to that Fromm comment in college. Keep in mind he played for Georgia. So it's very easy to look very good for Georgia. I mean, we saw that with Sam Bennett this year, and we don't know how great of a quarterback he really is.
Fair
So
enough.
just keep that in mind.
Fromm gets sacked a lot. Watch him in Buffalo.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
That was also during preseason.
Earle Bros, it's so nice to see you guys this morning. Appreciate the broadcast, making sure I leave a like. We appreciate that, dude. Hey, fam, I swear I said same thing. I noticed -11 never covers. So yeah, I'm gonna get on them bitches.
I'm tempted to add the Carolina Panthers here at 11 as well. That's
Well, if
the
you do
thing.
that, then you have to add this team as well.
I know. It may be another ugly dog day for me here, Tim. Next, we're going to look at the LA Chargers and the Houston Texans. The Chargers are 11.5. They're not 11. They're 11.5. So I think actually they're 12 on our book now. Total 45.5 in this game. We do have these Houston Texans coming into this game. They're at home. They're 3-11 overall. They're 6-8 against the spread. They're 6-8 over under. They're 1-6 at home. We have the LA Chargers who are coming in 8-6. They're 7-7 against the spread. They're 7-7 over under. They're 4-2 away from home. What are you looking at for this matchup, Tim?
Yeah, this is I originally, when I was looking last night, I'm like, ooh, this could be a nice spot for the Chargers, and I think that they get in, take advantage, win by like 20 points or whatever the deal is. Austin Eckler's out with COVID. That's going to be a big hit for him. Mike Williams, Guyton, two wide receivers are going to be out. On the other side, Johnson, the running back, is questionable for Houston, and Brandon Cooks is out for Houston. So it's just another spot where an under. I don't really see anything else in this game. It's just another spot where I think it could be another like very low scoring day, and we get a bunch of unders. But this is just another game that's not particularly of interest to me. I was looking at the Chargers for a while until I saw their depth chart and realized that that Eckler was out. So, and the fact that the line's gone up is a little bit concerning. I would be leaning towards Houston in this one, but I did not get to it.
Yeah, this is another spot where I might have to ugly dog it up here. With Austin Eckler being out, yeah, they do have a little bit of depth, but I don't really trust the Chargers to cover 12 here. The thing is, though, I think the one thing that if I am to stay off this game, it's because this Chargers team does get extra rest. They played on Thursday night. They played that heartbreaking loss against Kansas City. Now they come in, they play Houston. I think this could either be one of two things: an extreme flat spot for LA, where they just came off of that heart-wrenching loss against the Chiefs, where they struggle on offense. Eckler's obviously out, so they struggle to run the ball. They have a couple wide receivers out. They struggle to throw the ball. It's either that or they kick the ever living crap out of Houston, and this is a 36-4 type of game. You know what I mean? I didn't mean 4, but they're a 36-3 type of game. I think that this goes one of two ways, and I would lean towards the under in this game. Yeah, this game opened up at around 45.5. It went up to I think 47.5 at one point. Now it's back down to 45.5. So you're getting what the opening line was. So looking at this game, and I saw someone commented earlier with Cam Newton and Sam Darnold covering or sharing snaps. I don't know if I want them if they're sharing snaps, but I want to ugly dog it up here the first 3 dogs of the day because I also have an ugly dog later in the day as well. So I kind of want to take the Houston Texans here at plus 12 in this spot. I just think it's too many points.
No, that's fair. That's fair. Not going to turn you off with big dogs. Are you sprinkling money lines for these teams too?
I feel like I would, to be completely honest. So I don't do what I did last week where I regretted it when the Saints money line would have hit, and so would have the Lions money line. So I feel like I would need to sprinkle half unit money lines on plus 400 with the Panthers and plus 425 with the Giants and plus 440 with the Texans and plus 270 and plus 395 with the ones later in the slate. But I think I'm going to add – here's what I'm going to do. I'm not going money lines with these, but I'm going to add the Texans and the Panthers at plus 11 for the Panthers and plus 12 for the Texans. That's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to do money lines for these. It's just going to be what do you call it? Spreads. Because I don't think they win these games straight up. I think these games stay within double digits, though.
That's fair. That's fair. All right, we'll go back to the chat and we'll keep moving on. Sam Darnold and Newton sharing snaps. Maybe. We'll see how that goes. Tease all these high numbers. Honestly, that's probably the best way to do it.
I do have all these teas in a teaser.
So which 11-point fave? Which 11-point fave covers today? We all know all the dogs won't. I think out of all the big favorites between Tampa, between Philly, between the Chargers
and the Chiefs,
and we'll throw the Cowboys in there too. I think out of all of them, that
Washington Cowboys will cover that.
I would say Tampa has the best shot at covering.
Yeah. If I can go 3-1 with those, I'll be happy.
Just tease the Chargers down to 5. Texans have absolutely nothing to play for, and they suck.
It's just too many points.
They have something to play for. They need to lose so they can get that 1 seed.
I just think 12 is too many.
That's fair. How about this beauty of a game?
Yeah. As much as we love games like this, Detroit Lions.
Stop it. Get some help.
You are 100% right here. Detroit Lions are at the Atlanta Falcons in this one here. Falcons are 7-point favorites here. Total of 43 in this game. Now, I need to look at a few things before I break this game down, but we'll look at it here. We have the Detroit Lions, who are 2-11-1 this year. But they're 9-5 against the spread. They're really good at covering. They're really good at keeping games close. They're 5-9 over under. They're 0-6-1 on the road. On the other side, we have the Atlanta Falcons, who are 6-8. They're 6-8 against the spread. They're 6-8 over under. They're 0-5 at home this year. Now, one thing we've noticed with the Atlanta Falcons, though, is they beat the teams they're supposed to beat, and they don't beat the teams they're not supposed to beat. They are 6-8 this year. Their 6 wins are against the Giants, team they're supposed to beat. The Jets, team they're supposed to beat. Miami when they were struggling, a team they're supposed to beat. New Orleans, not a team they were supposed to beat, but a nice little win there. They beat the Jaguars, a team they're supposed to beat, and they beat the Panthers, a team they're supposed to beat. Their losses were to Philadelphia, Tampa Bay, Washington. They lost to Carolina the first time they played them. They got blown out against the Patriots. They lost to the Buccaneers, and they lost in San Francisco. So they tend to play up to, tend to not show up against the better teams, and they tend to struggle against, they seem to play better against the bad teams. Which obviously you can classify this Detroit Lions team as a bad team. I don't think we're shocking anyone by saying that. I know, right? I'm sorry, Detroit Lenny. The Detroit Lions suck. That's just a plain simple truth behind it here. And the question is, will they have Jared Goff in this game? Because here's the thing. Because DeAndre Swift's back. He's questionable today, but he's most likely going to be back. Jared Goff is out
won't be available
indefinitely. He will not be available today. See, you see me on all these dogs today, and the Lions will not make that list. And here's why. I don't want Tim Boyle. Plain and simple, I do not want to bet Tim Boyle. So If Jared Goff was in, this would be a Detroit Lions spot for me 100% of the time. I'm not backing the Lions without Jared Goff and Tim Boyle, who was a awful quarterback at UConn and somehow made the NFL. And I'm not backing the Atlanta Falcons at -7 because the Falcons are known not to cover these type of spreads. Plus, they're 0-5 at home 0-5 at home this year. So they're not a team I'm looking to lay points with here at all. So this is a easy stay away spot for me here.
Oh yeah, this is another spot that I think you can go ahead and click the under on this one. You'll be fine. There's another spot. I think you could do that with every game today. To be completely honest, with the amount of COVID stuff and the amount of beat up offenses, all these games are going to be ugly today. I don't think you're going to get a pretty game in there at all. I personally think this could be a spot where Atlanta wins 10-3, and I wouldn't be surprised.
Okay,
or,
then hear
9-3 or whatever happens, and this is going to be an ugly game.
Okay, hear me out on this one here. I think I have a potential look in this game. I don't think I'm going to bet it, but I think I have a look I kind of like in this one here. What if we went Detroit Lions team total under 17 at -115? I think they struggle to score points, especially with Jared Goff out and Tim Boyle. We saw what Tim Boyle did the only other game he went. He didn't throw a single touchdown pass. I think he threw for all of 79 yards the entire game and a couple interceptions. So I think Detroit team total under is a potential look in this spot. But once again, this is not a game I'm looking to bet.
Yeah, Tim Boyle has played in 2 games this year. I think that's 2 games. I think maybe just one game. He came in. He played against Cleveland. In that game, he scored 1.1 fantasy point, DraftKings points, 77 yards, 2 interceptions. He attempted 23 passes and completed 15 of them.
Yeah,
this is not a spot where you want to back Detroit,
no, especially after a win.
I think this is just gonna be a heavy under game. So give me that.
That's fair.
If anything,
are you looking to bet it?
No, I did not bet it.
All
but
right, cool.
I'm rolling with my 6 plays today, so we'll see.
Yeah. Head over to the chat here.
He thought the 1-800 thing was funny.
Nice.
Why should Atlanta be 7-point favorites against anybody right now? Because
Tim Boyle and the Detroit Lions.
And I still think that they don't cover.
If you want to bet this game, tease it down
Atlanta
to Atlanta minus 1.
Honestly, I can honestly see this one being 3-0 going into halftime. So just be careful. Mills isn't too bad. That's
Houston.
Who's Mills?
Houston.
Oh, okay, that's fine. Tim Boyle under a touchdown pass today. Yeah, why not? Tim Boyle turned in the worst. Yeah, that is 100% true. Morning, Nathan. Look, you got us a gift, Nick.
It's a winning football day.
There you go. Gage and Patterson been killing it. Hey, they could be.
Yeah, they have looked pretty good.
I
mean, if you're playing fantasy, why not? But why not have Gage or Patterson in your lineup? Patterson's been a great dynamic two-way player. He's a great running back, and he's looked really good in the receiving game as well. So I don't hate those looks.
Yeah, that's fine.
But I think we've talked a little bit too long between the Lions and the Falcons. I think we move on now.
We'll move on. That's fine.
Yeah, we get a game with a lot of interesting situations here. Baltimore Ravens are taking on the Baltimore Ravens, Cincinnati Bengals, my bad. Bengals are 7-point home favorites with a total of 42 in this game. Now, we do have some injuries here. We do have some COVID in this game with the Baltimore Ravens side.
Yes.
But both these teams enter this game 8-6. They're both 7-7 against the spread. Baltimore 7-7 over under. Cincinnati is 6-8 over under. Both teams are 3-4, either on the road or at home. Cincinnati 3-4 at home. Baltimore 3-4 on the road. We have Baltimore coming in covering 4 of their last 5 spreads. They covered as 9.5-point underdogs against Green Bay last week, 31-30. They lost 24-22 the previous week against Cleveland, but covered the 3-point spread. They Did not cover the previous week. Before that, they lost 20-19. Where once again, John Harbaugh went for a 2-point conversion at the end of the game instead of kicking a field goal to force an overtime. And then previous to that, a 16-10 win over Cleveland and a 16-13 win over the Chicago Bears. On the other side, we have the Cincinnati Bengals, who are coming in, not covering in 2 of their last 3. I feel like they got lucky to cover that game against Denver last week because Teddy Bridgewater went out halfway through. Previous to that, they lost in overtime to the San Francisco 49ers, 26-23, and they lost 41-22 against the Chargers, a spot that me and you were both all over the Chargers that week. That was one of our favorite plays. And looking at this spot here, I understand the situation that we have in this game with no Lamar Jackson and no Tyler Huntley. Now, unfortunately, I have a Baltimore +3 and a Baltimore +145 ticket in my back pocket because I don't mind Huntley. The problem is he's not going to be playing. It's going to be down to their third-string quarterback, which the name, I think it's Trace McSorley, right?
Johnson. Josh Johnson will be starting today.
Johnson. All right. And here's the thing, though. I think this is too many points. I don't think the Cincinnati Bengals should be laying 7 to almost anybody right now. This is a Cincinnati team that has not impressed me this season. Yes, they've been better than we expected. But, I mean, this is a team ATS that's not looked particularly great. You've made money fading them this year. Or you're about even. I think that the Ravens are still a live dog in this game. Keep in mind it's a divisional game. These two teams know each other. And yes, I understand the Ravens defense is banged up a little bit here, but I'm on the under 41.5. I think that these two teams are going to struggle to move the ball a little bit here. And I'm going to be on the Baltimore Ravens. I rebet them this morning at +7 so I can get the best line available. Because unfortunately, I did get +3 and +145. Those two are not official plays for me. I rebet it so I can have that not an official play for me. So I'm going to take Baltimore +7. And I'm going to take the under 41.5. It's now at 42. That it is what it is. It's half a point. I think this is a close, lower scoring game here. I think that we're going to see something similar to what we saw a few weeks ago when these two teams faced, when it was 16-10. So I'm going to take the under 41.5, and I'm going to take the Baltimore Ravens at +7 here.
I can't agree with that. I would be all over Cincy at this point. Backup quarterback, and it was a 7-point spread. Fine, that would be all right. A third-string quarterback that they're just calling in, and this is not a good spot in Cincinnati, where Cincinnati knows if they win this game, they take control of this AFC North with Pittsburgh up against Kansas City, which we'll see with that game. And then the other side of and the Browns losing yesterday, Cincinnati knows they win this game, they take control, and they control their own destiny, and they could possibly clinch next week. So they know win this game, and they're setting themselves up pretty. I think they win like 24-3 or 31-3. I think they demolish today. I actually just put together a 4-team pleaser. Just to have for today, and I threw Cincinnati on. I think they win by 3 touchdowns. I don't think this game's going to be particularly close, just because Cincinnati's been playing really well, and the Baltimore Ravens covered last week. That was with Huntley, and Huntley was actually not that bad. He was a lot better than I expected. I did not bet that game, so that was fine. But I did. I had I had Green Bay, but this is a spot. Burrow's been really, really good this year, and I'm taking Cincinnati. I added them to my card at -7. Cincinnati takes care of business today. Let's run it.
And then put it. Did you put it in the scroller?
No.
You should. So that's an official play for you. Otherwise, it's not. But yeah. I guess, but I just don't see. I mean, I just think this This is a closer game than people expect.
Well, whatever. That's
also, this is also a revenge spot for the Baltimore Ravens. They got blown out a couple weeks ago against this Cincinnati Bengals team.
Oh, stop that with your revenge spots. I'm not listening to revenge spots here. No. This is not. Yeah, a revenge spot. They're going to beat him with a third-string quarterback. Yeah, okay. Yeah, Ravens. Yeah, exactly. Good morning. Good morning.
Straight up now.
I got Cincy down to -1. I'm fine with that. I'm perfectly good with that. Josh Jackson's an old vet. Yeah, he's not going to do anything today. I also hate betting against or for the Ravens. Just one of those teams for you. No, I understand that. Ravens have looked atrocious lately.
I have no idea what that means.
Yep. Nope. Call me crazy. Jacksonville money line. You're not crazy.
You're not crazy at all.
And then Dre's going to be on the opposite side saying Jets, but we'll see. Hundley and Jackson. Hundley's better than Jackson. Hundley did play really well.
Tyler Huntley looked pretty good. That's why I bet the Ravens at +3 and +145, expecting him to play, because I don't mind Tyler Huntley at all.
Bengals have all the you gotta think this Ravens team is just cycling through quarterbacks right now because everybody's getting hurt or COVID. So no, this is not a good spot for the Baltimore Ravens. Not to mention their running game. They have Freeman, but that's pretty much it. And this is a spot where I'm not particularly interested in anybody from there. Bills is a revenge spot. We'll get into that game in just a minute.
By the way, we have seen Josh Johnson this year. Earlier, he was on the Jets, and he actually looked pretty good in that game against the Colts after Mike White got hurt.
I don't want to hear it.
Alrighty then. The LA Rams are at the Minnesota Vikings in this one here. It's now gone down to a 3-point spread in this one here. A total of 49 in this game. We have the Rams coming into this game. Let me get this game up on covers because there we go. The Rams are coming into this game. They're 10-4. They're 7-7 against the spread. They're 7-6-1 over under. They're 5-2 on the road this year. We have Minnesota coming into this game. They're 7-7. They're 8-6 against the spread. They're 8-6 over under, and they're 4-2 at home. Minnesota is coming in off of a 17-9 win against the Chicago Bears after beating the Pittsburgh Steelers by a score of 36-28. This was back-to-back games. They've played 8-point games, which was the widest spread that they've played since week 3 against the Seattle Seahawks when they won 30-17. So this is the Minnesota Vikings have been a really good teaser team this year. On the other side here, we have the LA Rams finally coming in, covering a few spreads. They struggled midway through the season, not covering in 5 straight, but since then they've covered in 3 straight games with a 37-7 win over Jacksonville, a 30-23 win over the Cardinals, and a 20-10 win over the Seahawks. They've gone under in 2 of those 3 games, and they've been playing a lot better. Odell Beckham's been getting into the offense a little bit more. They got Darrell Henderson back for last game, so they got their running back. Matthew Stafford's looked pretty decent this year. But looking at this spot here, we have the Rams coming in, playing on Tuesday, and now they're playing 5 days later. We have the Minnesota Vikings, which we thought, it's going to be a short week for them. They played on Monday Night Football. Usually that's the short week, right? Wrong. This is a terrible spot here for the LA Rams. I personally got this at Minnesota plus 3.5. I still think 3 is an absolute gift because we have a short week for the Rams. Just a terrible scheduling spot. I think this game should have been a pick'em. Plain and simple. I am on the Minnesota Vikings here, plus 155 and the plus 3.5. I have the half unit on the money line. I think they win this game straight up. They're a very live dog in this game. This is not an ugly dog. This is a live dog in this game. So I like the Vikings here. I think they get the job done. I would lean towards an over in this one as well. We have 2 really good offenses. And I think that this is a spot here where give me the home team. Give me the home dog. I got him plus 3 and a hook. I don't mind him at 3 here. So I like the Vikings here.
Yeah, this one's actually been a little bit of an interesting line movement. Cook is out today. I will mention that, but I feel like they can get enough from their other guys. And I feel like people will underestimate Kirk Cousins. He'll be able to have a decent passing game today. This one's as I mentioned, interesting line movement. It was a 3.5, and now it's threes pretty much across the board. I see 1 3.5, 2 3.5, and 3. Okay, I see 3 3.5, but all of them are plus monies. So that's kind of an interesting spot, considering that most of the money is coming in on the Rams. So you would think a lot of money, 65% of the money is coming in on the Rams. Why is the line moving the opposite direction? It's because the spot is the Minnesota Vikings today. I do think that the Rams probably end up winning the game, but it would be like a last-second field goal, and that 3 points or 3.5 points is covered. So I think Minnesota, even without their big running back, can keep this game close and maybe even win this game. I'm on Minnesota plus the 3.5.
Yeah, and if you guys looking for props at all, I think Kirk Cousins over passing yards can be an interesting look. Jefferson, I see a comment anytime touchdown. I don't hate that at all. And then, I don't mind that. Cooper Kupp, he's been really good this year.
Yeah, you had a plus 3.5, but just too close a game for me. That's fine.
And that's totally fair. But you want to move on to the marquee matchup of the day?
Yeah, for this one, Nick, before we introduce it.
Stop it. Get some help. Stop it. Get some help.
Sorry, I had to do one extra for good measure, just in case people didn't. Hold on.
Stop it. Get some help.
You done?
There you go. All right, we're good.
All right. We get the marquee matchup of the day. The Jacksonville Jaguars are in New York to take on the New York Jets. That's a beauty of a matchup here. We have the Jacksonville Jaguars coming in 2-12 this season. They're 4-10 against the spread. They are 3-11 over under, 0-6 on the road. Then we have the New York Jets, who are 3-11 here. They're 4-10 against the spread. They're 8-6 over under. They're 2-5 on the road. Are you looking at getting involved in this marquee matchup of the day?
I just played the 1-800-GAMBLER thing 3 times. What do you think? No, I'm not. These are two teams. This is the ultimate tank bowl right now. Because if you look at it, the Jets theoretically still have a shot at the lottery pick. Jacksonville currently has the lottery. No, they don't. They currently have the lottery pick. I think it's currently Jacksonville, Detroit, Houston, Jets. So I think that the Jets still have a shot to get that lottery pick. And if I were them, yeah, you should. I believe Zach Wilson's actually back for this game. Is he actually? Zach Wilson has been playing. Shows how much I've been watching. This is not a spot I want to get to. I'm passing on this game.
Okay, so here's the situation with this game. The Jets are decimated with COVID. They had 21 players/coaches added to the COVID list. Robert Saleh will not be coaching. Michael Carter, cornerback, out. Elijah Moore, out. Left guard, Elijah Vera Tucker, out. And they got another 18 players to go over here. Yeah, this is a New York Jets team that is destroyed by COVID right now. And this is a spot here where, as ugly as this seems, I'm going to do a little this, and I'm going to make the bet. I'm on the Jacksonville Jaguars here in this spot. I got them at plus 120. I think that no team should be a plus anything against the New York Jets, except maybe Houston. I think Houston's a slightly worse team. I think Jacksonville is not. Keep in mind, Tim, this is also the first full week without Urban Meyer. So the new head coach is able to come up with a really good game plan here against a COVID-ridden New York Jets team that I don't think should be favored over anyone right now. I think if you're looking for a teaser, Jacksonville is one of the best teams you can put in a teaser today. They qualify for the Wong teaser, which which is anywhere from 1.5 to 2.5 point underdog. Even better that they're on the road, and a total less than 49.5. They qualify. If you're looking for two teams to do that with, Jacksonville Jaguars are a really good one. And I'm trying to find the other team. Bills. Bills going to be an interesting one as well because they're not 1.5, but they're 1. But if you get them up to 7, I guess that can qualify. But other than that, there's no other teams for long teasers here today, other than maybe teasing the Bengals down or teasing the Falcons down. So if you want to partner the Jacksonville Jaguars with Bengals -1 or Falcons -1 for a teaser, for a Wong teaser, those are the other two teams that qualify for that. But I like the Jaguars in this spot. And I would also look towards that if I were a prop bet player. James Robinson's on my list for this game. I think that they run all over the Jets in this spot. And for the first time, I think I might look towards a team total over with the Jaguars. I think they score against one of the worst defenses in the NFL. The Jets suck on defense. There's a reason why they are 3-11 this year. And looking at their defensive ratings, they're last in total yards allowed. They're 27th in passing yards allowed. They're 30th in rushing yards allowed. And they're 32nd in points scored allowed. 30.6 points a game. So give me the Jacksonville Jaguars in this game to get the win against the New York Jets in this spot.
Okay.
Yeah. One more thing, people. I heard an angle earlier in the week saying Jacksonville's got the number 1 pick. They want to keep that, right? So they're not going to try to win. I don't think I can state this loud enough. One sec. Teams don't tank. Organizations do. There you go. The Jaguars players, newsflash, they're still playing for starting jobs next year. They're still fighting to keep their spot in the roster. They're not going to tank. The organization will. So give me the Jaguars on the money line here.
I like it.
Now that we talked way too long about this game.
Jets suck. No. And I'm a Jets fan. I'm allowed to say that. Under 20 first half, it's a gamble. It's not a gamble at all.
Bad defenses.
Two rookie quarterbacks. I'm fine with
battle of number 1 versus number 2.
Team total under for Jacksonville.
I think this is the highest team total we've seen for Jacksonville all year long. It's a 20.
And I'm not interested in. It's an under spot. This is an under spot. Lawrence over 216.5. That's fine.
I don't mind it.
Jaguars +8 under. Yeah,
love it.
Under 20.5 first half. Yeah, why not? While everyone is paying attention to the NFL, I will be hammering the association and the hardwood. I am too. I already have my plays going through the scroller.
I don't want to handicap NBA right now with all
That's
their
fair.
COVID issues.
Well, we'll go ahead and head to the 4:00 games, Nick.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, this is the last 1 o'clock. Last 1 o'clock.
This is a 1 o'clock game. This is I think this is going to be one of the marquee matchups of the day here, if not the marquee matchup here. Let's do this. Buffalo Bills are at the New England Patriots in this game. The Patriots are 1-point home favorites with a total of 43.5. Buffalo comes into this game 8-6. They're 7-6-1. They're 7-7 over under. They're 4-3 away from Buffalo. We have the New England Patriots who are 9-5. They're 9-5 against the spread. They're 6-8 over under, and they're 3-4 at Gillette Stadium this year. We have Buffalo coming in off of a 31-14 win over the Carolina Panthers to snap a 2-game losing streak. They lost 14-10 to the New England Patriots, and they lost in overtime 33-27 against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Two teams I say are going to be playing in the next Super Bowl. So not too bad losses there for the Buffalo Bills. And people are saying they're overrated. I think that they just played really tough competition. And their previous 3 losses are against, I want to say, 3 powerhouses in the AFC now. But Indianapolis has looked amazing. I was dead wrong on them yesterday. New England and Tampa Bay. So they've lost a really good team defensively, and they get another tough matchup here against New England, who's coming in off of their first loss since 35-29 on October 17th against the Dallas Cowboys. They had covered 7 straight games, and they did not as 1-point underdogs against the Indianapolis Colts. They've gone under in 3 of their last 4 games as well. I like the under in this game. This is once again one of those spots here. I got under 43.5. We have a divisional matchup, and I don't see the Bills' offense really staying on the field that much here. This is a Pats team that I think is going to slow them down on defense. So this would be an obvious lean towards the New England Patriots in this spot as well. I think New England wins this game, but more importantly, I think my stronger play is the under 43.5. We're going to see the Buffalo Bills struggle to move the ball because they have no running game. And I think that offense, one of the best secondaries in football, is going to be able to slow down that passing game of Buffalo. Now, I don't think it's going to be to the extent of what happened that Monday night game where it was 14-10, but 21-17, something along those lines. I think that it's going to be one of those type of games here. I like under 43.5 in this game. I think this is way too many points.
Yeah. With this one, you're not going to get the same game that we got that Monday night. I will assure you that. Now, yes, it's probably going to be cold there today, but this is a spot where you're going to see the Patriots throw it more than 3 times. And if it comes to that, I think Buffalo has a lot better of a chance. You're not going to see the same game that was that Monday night. And a lot of people are going to see that what happened that Monday night, recency biased, and be like, oh, well, the Patriots, well, they did it in Buffalo. They're going to demolish. No. This is where New England starts to go downhill. After losing last week to the Colts, which I had the Colts, I feel like they lose it this week again. And this is where Buffalo takes back the division area. And from there, I think Buffalo runs away with the division. I just feel like this is the spot. I know Nick's going to be all against me because he's all over the all over the Patriots today, or all over the Patriots in general. But looking at the thing, the winner of this game right now ends up winning the division. If the Bills win right now, they win the division because they get the Falcons and they get the Jets. That should be 2 easy wins for them. New England, they get the Jaguars and the Dolphins. So yeah, whoever wins this game has tiebreaker and wins the division.
No.
Yes.
Yes.
You just said no.
I said yep.
Oh. I feel like this is going to be a spot where the Bills come in and they win. I think they win in Foxborough today. I'm on the Bills and I'm on the under. So let's run it. I just think this is a spot where recency bias is going to come way too much into effect. Buffalo wins 21-17.
Fair enough. Yeah, I'm also on New England -16 already next week against Jacksonville. So, but yeah, I can see that here. I mean, there's a reason I only bet the under. I didn't bet a side. So
that's fair. All right. Lawrence is gonna come. Watch out. Yep. So scared. Is he actually?
No,
that'd be hilarious. His girl hair.
Not cutting his hair.
Merry Christmas, guys and girls. Merry Christmas. Bills winning today. Yes, I think so.
They have no running game either.
Can't bet against. That's fine. If you're gonna bet with recency bias, that's fine. Bills money line. Knox should score. Bills heavy pass first team. Patriots +6 in the under 50.5. Honestly, I could see the Bills winning by 3 points. That's fine. Or Allen scores. Yeah, Allen. I'm surprised he didn't get. Allen's actually going to come into this game pissed off because he should have been a Pro Bowler this year. They gave it to Lamar Jackson over him. That is stupid. But we'll keep moving on. NHL returns on Tuesday. Woo!
Let's go.
I can't wait.
For that game.
I can Bill winning by 3 here. Yeah, I can see the Bills winning by 3 here for sure. How about some 4 o'clock games, Nick?
Yeah, we have 3 4 o'clock games to go over. Then we have Sunday night, and then that's it. And then we get this beautiful matchup here. The Chicago Bears are at the Seattle Seahawks. Seahawks are 7-point home favorites in this game, with a total of 41.5. What are you looking at for this game?
I'm passing on this game. We got a team that's eliminated in the Bears against a team that's about to get eliminated in Seattle. I'm not interested in going after this one. This one's an ugly spot. Maybe an under, just because these two offenses have really, really struggled, but the defenses are not particularly good either right now. I'm going under. It would be a lean towards the under. I did not bet this game. There's other games to bet on the slate that I'm more interested in.
Yeah, this is probably one of the more clear and obvious plays in the entire slate for me. One of my favorite plays of the slate. I've already beat the line movement by 1.5. I like under 43 in this game. I don't mind it under 41.5 in this game. We saw what the Chicago Bears did on Monday night. We've seen what the Chicago Bears have done all season long. They're 29th in the NFL. They scored 17.1 points a game. They are 29th in total yards per game. They are 32nd in passing yards per game. The only thing they do well is run the ball at 125.2 rushing yards a game, which is 7th in the NFL. And then we look over at Seattle here, who has gone under in 11 of their 14 games. They are 24th in the NFL in points scored, which is they scored 20.1. They're ranked 30th in total yards a game, 26th in passing yards a game, 23rd in rushing yards a game. They've gone under. They've actually gone over in 2 of their last 3 games, but they had gone under, and I believe 8 straight before that. This is a Seattle team that plays really heavy towards the under. And one thing that really surprises me with the Seattle team is you wouldn't think that they're an under team when you look at some of their defensive statistics here. They're 31st in the NFL, giving up 390.4 yards per game. They're 32nd in the NFL, giving up 273.9 passing yards a game. They're 21st in the NFL, giving up 116.5 rushing yards a game. Want to take a guess where they rank with points allowed per game? Yeah, no, that's right. Number 4 in the NFL. They give up 20.1 points per game. So the one thing that Seattle does really well this year is they will give up yards. That's not a problem. In between the 20s, they will give you everything you want. Once you get in that red zone, you're not putting up touchdowns against the Seattle team. Plain and simple. That's just the way things are. And I like the under 43.5 because it lines up perfectly. Seattle is really good at red zone defense. Chicago, what we saw last week and what we've seen all season long, they can't do anything in the red zone. They went 0 for 5 in the red zone and got no points against the Minnesota Vikings. Should tell you everything you need to know about this game. I like the under 43. I see a lot of long drives that end up in field goals or nothing. So under 43.
Hey, that's fair. 100% fair. AJ's has been looking at Bears plus the points. You'd throw Seattle -1 on a teaser.
I would.
Yeah. We'll keep rolling, and I really like the next 2 games.
Yeah, talk about ugly dogs here. We have not really that much of an ugly dog. We have the Pittsburgh Steelers. They're at the Kansas City Chiefs. Chiefs are 11-point home favorites, a total of 45.5 in some spots here. The Pittsburgh Steelers come into this game. They're 7-6-1. They're 6-8 over under or against the spread. They're 5-9 over under. They're 2-4 on the road. We have Kansas City, who is 10-4 this year. They're 7-7 against the spread. They're 7-7 over under. They're 6-2 at home. Where are you looking at for this one?
I'm on Pittsburgh. Yes, they Tyreek Hill will be in. Travis Kelce is going to be out today.
Huge loss.
Yeah, I think that's a decent sized loss. 11.5 points or 11 points is just way too much. At this point, it's way too much. I think Pittsburgh keeps it close. Do I think they win? Absolutely not. Do I think that this game could be another under? I 100% think it can. I think this one could easily be a 17-14 final, where Kansas City wins, but you don't really get much out of them, which kind of sucks because I have Patrick Mahomes on my fantasy team and kind of want to win in the playoffs this week, but I don't see much happening in this game. I really don't. So I like Pittsburgh Steelers in this one. I think that's where they get the job done. Let's roll with them plus 11. I'm not on the money line though.
No. I'm definitely on the same side here. And I like them so much that earlier in the week, I got them at 8.5 after they announced Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce tested positive. So I hopped right on the Steelers. Here's the thing, though. I got it at 8.5. Now it's back at 11. I like the Steelers so much. I rebet it this morning at 11. I think that they cover both 8.5 and 11. So I have 2 units now on this Pittsburgh Steelers team, and I have the under 45.5 in this game. I see this as a low-scoring game where Kansas City's defense has looked absolutely amazing. This is a defense that has turned it around. We look what Kansas City's done recently. Yeah, they had a high-scoring game against the Chargers. That was a fun game, frustrating game at the end. They had a couple comebacks there. 48-9 against the Raiders, 22-9 against the Broncos, 19-9 against the against the Cowboys, and 41-14 against the Raiders, 13-7 against the Packers, 20-17 against the Giants. Ever since they lost 27-3 against the Tennessee Titans, they had not given up more than 17 points until that Thursday night game against the Chargers. I like the under in this one as well. I think we see a lower scoring game, and I think that we see a backdoor cover here from Pittsburgh. I don't think they win the game. I don't think they come close to winning the game, but you're telling me that 20-14 is not a possibility in this game? I like the under in this game, and I like the Pittsburgh Steelers plus 11.
Let's roll. I don't mind that at all. Let's do it. Take Nick Foles to backdoor cover against Seattle. Not falling for the Nick Foles magic. Steelers are statistically a bad first half team. I'm not worried about the first half.
Take the Chiefs in the first half. And take the Chiefs in the first half. If you want the Chiefs here, do not take them minus 11. Take them in the first half at, I want to say, minus 6.5. That's the only way you can talk me into some Chiefs today. Minus 6 first half at minus 120. That's the way you can talk me into some Chiefs today. Other than that, I'm not interested.
It's fine. We'll go ahead and roll over to this game, which I know this is one of the ones that we really like.
Yeah, this was a one that I really liked as well. The Denver Broncos are at the Las Vegas Raiders. It's a pick'em, and we have both these teams heading into this game. They're 7-7. The Broncos are 7-7 against the spread. They're 3-11 over under, and they're 3-3 away from home. The Raiders are 7-7. They're 5-9 against the spread. They're 7-7 over under, and they're 3-4 at home. Now, I love the Broncos in the spot, even with Drew Lock in the lineup starting. We have a full week of them preparing with Drew Lock. That's something they know coming into this game is going to happen because Teddy Bridgewater went out halfway through the game, and he's obviously not playing this game. That's the situation there with Drew Lock. They're coming in off that loss against the Cincinnati Bengals after taking care of business against the Detroit Lions. This is a Denver team that I think can beat some pretty decent teams. I love their defense. They have one of the better defenses. Now, granted, this is being played in Vegas, not in Denver, where they have a much better defense. But if we look what this Denver Broncos team has done on defense, they're 5th in total yards allowed. They're 7th in passing yards allowed. They're 11th in rushing yards allowed. And they're 2nd in points allowed. They only allow 17.4 points a game. So they are really good at preventing points, and they're really good at slowing down the passing game. And I feel like that's one of the only things that the Raiders have is a Derek Carr, because this Raiders team is falling apart on the seams here. They barely squeaked by a COVID-ridden Cleveland Browns team with Nick Mullins at quarterback. Now you're playing a real team in the Broncos with a strong defense. Honestly, team total under for the Raiders could be a really good look in this spot. I don't see them scoring many points against the Broncos here. So I like the Denver Broncos here, and I was super tempted at, once again, it's that late season unders in divisional games. I'm kind of tempted at the under 42 in this game, to be completely honest, or at least under 20.5 team total with the Las Vegas Raiders. But I'm going to just stick with the Broncos here on the pick'em minus 115. I think they're the absolute better team in this spot.
Oh yeah, I was on them as well. This is our it would have been our circa bet. So this is one of the ones that we really do like. Yes, no Bridgewater for the Denver Broncos. No Darren Waller for the Raiders. That's their big tight end, their big target. And both these teams are beat up. I will say that. This one should be a ugly 14-13 type game, probably down to the end where it's a last second field goal, whatever the case is. This should be a very ugly game. Should be. So also leaning towards the under, but Denver's going to be the play. I think Drew Lock can do enough. Derek Carr has been the last little while ever since coach got fired. So this is a spot where I'm on the Broncos. I think it's a good spot for them. And I think that both defenses will show up today, and it'll be whoever's defense shows up the most will end up winning this game. I'm on the Broncos.
Absolutely. All right, I'll take a look at the chat, and then we have Sunday Night Football, and then we'll wrap up our show.
Steelers plus 16.5. I like it. Steelers get hit in the mouth and don't get up. I got Chiefs -4. Good luck.
Fair.
Raiders, so many injuries on both sides. Love the Broncos here. Broncos pick them. Broncos +6 and under 48. That's fair. How about some Sunday Night Football?
Yeah, we have the Washington football team at the Dallas Cowboys here. This game's actually dropped. It's gone from 11 down to 9. Total 46.5 still. We have the Dallas Cowboys coming into this game. Let me get this game up on covers. Here we go. My bad. Washington coming into this game 6-8. We have they're 6-8, 5-8, 5-8-1 against the spread, 6-8 over under, 3-4 away from home. And then the Dallas Cowboys, who are 10-4, they're 11-3 against the spread. They're 6-8 over under, and they're 4-2 at home. With the Tennessee Titans win over the San Francisco 49ers, the Dallas Cowboys have clinched themselves a spot in the playoffs. We have the Washington football team coming in off of a 27-17 loss against the Philadelphia Eagles, granted with a third-string quarterback. Why can't I remember who it is? I don't remember.
Gilbert. Gavin Gilbert. But Henneke will be back today.
Henneke will be back today. That's probably why this has gone from 11 to 9. And on the other side, we have the Dallas Cowboys, who are coming in, covering in 3 straight games, and they've gone under in 3 straight and 7 of their last 8. They won 21-6 against the Giants last week, which we did cash an under ticket on the Giants there, on the Giants-Cowboy game. I did cash an under 48 ticket with the Washington football team in Dallas the previous week. And they also did beat the New Orleans Saints 27-17. So 3 straight unders since their Thanksgiving over, and then they had 4 straight unders before that. And once again, it's a divisional matchup late in the season. 2 offenses that are not particularly scaring me at the moment. The running game has kind of gone a little bit to the wayside here with Dallas. Their running game has really struggled a little bit here, to be completely honest. And Zeke has not looked great. Pollard, I think, is their best running back on that staff. And I like the under in this game, under 46.5. I wish I could have gotten a 47 on this line, but 46.5, I think it's fine. I think this is a 23-20 type of game, or something along those lines, 21-13 or something that type of situation there. I like the under in this game. I don't think we see too much scoring. Both these defenses, this Dallas Cowboys defense, I just want to say, is probably one of the best ones we've seen in a while. But I did see an interesting stat here on Trayvon Diggs, where he leads the team in interceptions, but but one person said he's a defensive liability, which makes sense. He's not an asset; he's a liability because he's given up one of the highest amount of receiving yards in the league for a corner. He plays super aggressive. But with that being said, I like the under in this game. I think we see a lower scoring game here.
That's fair. No, I'm all over it too. Gibson for Washington is banged up. McKissick is still out. And they've got a couple of tight end issues over there with their backups and stuff. So it's going to be a little bit rough there. I'm going to be on the under. Once again, divisional matchup. Plus, these 2 teams have not been particularly good for overs lately. So 46.5. I know AJ says, I love all the teasers. I personally have a teaser, 6-point teaser, every single game under.
To be honest, I think you can spam every single under today and come out profitable.
Yeah. But I like this. I like this slate for unders and everything. I think this is another one of those games where we get a low-scoring one. I do think Dallas wins this game, which I believe they would end up clinching the division if they did win this game. So they're definitely going to want to, especially at home. That'd be really nice for them. And they still have a shot technically at that number one seed in the NFC. So I think Dallas, if they go and win out, which I'll go ahead and bring up their schedule, which they should not. They should be able to win out. They get, if I can actually, they get Washington. They do get Arizona next week, which has been an absolute funk. And then they get Philadelphia. They could win out. And theoretically, that would make them 13-4. Obviously, they would have to try to get around the Packers, who are 12-3. Packers would have to probably lose 1, maybe 2 games in order for them to do that. But Dallas still has a shot at that 1 seed, so they're going to go for it. I think they take care of business today.
Yeah, I'm on the same page there. I don't know. I would definitely. I mean, at this point, now that it's a 9 instead of 11, I guess the only spot you could go is the Cowboys at this spread. But yeah, this is not a spot I'm looking to bet aside. I just want the total.
Maybe take Dallas -3/over or Washington plus. I don't like the over. I don't like the over in this game.
I mean, I could see 23-20, but I mean, I'm not a huge fan of that over.
First half Patriots, first half Chiefs parlay. Good luck, dude. Or on the opposite side for both of those. But that is everything for today. I'll go ahead and roll the bumper, and then we'll do. I'll do my housekeeping and then recap, and then head on out for today.
Hey guys, EarleSportsBets.com has finally launched, and to show our appreciation for you, click on the link below or go to EarleSportsBets.com/promo to get the 7-day package for only $49. That's $120 in savings. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, and especially with college basketball and everything ramping back up in the next couple of days. I believe everything starts back up on Tuesday, including hockey. So I know Nick's excited about that. So if you guys want to hop on, probably the best time to hop on to that, it would be on Tuesday, just because there's not as much stuff tomorrow. I believe there's 1 college basketball game tomorrow. We got the military 2 bowls games tomorrow, Military Bowl and whatever the one before it is.
Quick Lanes Bowl, Western Michigan and Nevada.
Yeah, fantastic. And then there's a decent sized NBA slate. So I would say the best time to jump on that with us is for Tuesday, just because you're going to get a nice run of games throughout the week. So gotcha. Thanks, guys. No problem. Have a great day. You too, AJs. But if you guys are new to the channel, like, comment, subscribe, share, do all that good stuff. Appreciate all the support. Check out all the links down below in the description. Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, Discord, Facebook, Picks and Parleys, Premium Plays, and our merch. Also, check us out on TikTok. Me, ESB, and Detroit Lenny, or the Picks and Parleys TikTok, are going back and forth with plenty of content coming out. So check out the Earle Sports Bets TikTok. If I'm not an idiot, I'll end up putting it in the link in the description below. Or Nick, if you can actually go onto your phone, copy the link and put it into the chat. Appreciate it. And then speaking of Picks and Parlays, Craig did his show earlier. Me and Nick are live now. Higgs should be live soon. Allie should be live soon. I believe both of them are going to start at 12 just because it is football Sunday. And then no game time today. No total chaoses. Just keep an eye out for everything, and we'll keep on rolling. All my NFL plays for today. I have the under in the Giants game. I have Cincinnati -7, Minnesota +3.5, under in New England and Buffalo, Pittsburgh +11, Denver, Pick'em, and the under in that Washington game. For the NBA, under in Orlando, under in Philly, over in Memphis, Indy +7.5, and Denver -4.5.
Yeah, today was once again another ugly dog day for me here. I'm going with the Carolina Panthers at +11, the Giants at +11. We have the under 42 between the Giants and the Eagles. I got the +12 on the Texans. I got the +7 with the Baltimore Ravens, as well as the under 41.5. I have Minnesota +3.5 and +155 on the money line. Jacksonville Jaguars +120. We have the under in that Buffalo Bills game, under in Seattle, Pittsburgh +11 and under 45.5. The Broncos at a pick'em, and the Washington football team under 46.5.
Sounds good. Nick, finish out the stream for today.
yeah, that's going to just about wrap it up for this one. We want to thank you guys as always for watching. Be sure to hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't already, and turn on those post notifications so you guys are notified each and every time we go live here at ESB, which is every single morning, 10 or 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for the Earle Sports Bet Show. But that's going to just about do it for this one. My name is Nicholas Earle. I'm joined here as always with my brother Tim. This has been another edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. Thank you guys, and good luck.
Let's do it.